Hello everybody, this is Talmon StarCraft here with what is probably going to be my first YouTube video, and I'll be casting a diamond ladder game between two random opponents, which I have not known previously. In this game we will have Taurensnack. He obviously played some Warcraft 3, snacking, what have you. Spawning as the blue Zerg in this top right position on Metalopolis, and then we have AnimA spawning as the red Protoss in this middle right position. As we can see, the players are in close positions, which is dangerous for the Zerg, because you never want your opponent to be close to you. You want to do a macro game, you want to drone up, you want to get extra bases, you want to get a lot of drones, a lot of troops. You just want time to expand and breathing room that'll stop them from devouring you. So we have the Overlord Scout floating over the divide, seeing AnimA's base. AnimA is going to see the Overlord. Or is he? Is AnimA going to see that Overlord? No, probably not. He is not going to get that valuable scouting information that he will not know that the Zerg player is indeed in this position. So this will probably give the Zerg time to get his gas out. Alright, an early gas for the Zerg. Probably is going to do some speedling play later on. I apologize in advance. My computer's not behaving very properly right now. The FPS is ridiculously low. Hopefully the voice quality stays steady throughout the whole video. Yep, it looks like the Protoss player is completely unaware of the fact that the Zerg is in close positions, despite the fact that the Overlord ran by and scouted. So the Protoss has his early gateway, not early gateway, normal timing, what am I talking about? And the Zerg has his spawning pool, a 14 pool. I missed when it went down, I apologize for that. And he has his 3 harvesters on gas. Probably going to see him pull the harvesters off gas when he is at the 100 gas mark, so he can get that Ling speed upgrade. If not, maybe he'll transition to roaches. I'm not sure, but more than likely, we will see him pull off the workers very soon. Now we've checked the Protoss player. His cyber core is going down. He's leaving a little space for a zealot. He's not building a zealot yet, so it's kind of dangerous. He's just scouting the Zerg. This could be deadly for the Protoss. What if the Zerg win a 10 pool? What if the Zerg win a 7 pool? I mean, you don't really expect those strategies in higher level of play, but the Zerg, knowing exactly what the Protoss is, would already be up in his base killing his workers, and there would be nothing Protoss could do to stop it. Now, knowing drone doing a patrol pattern around the Protoss base, going to see everything that's going on, going to see the timing of the Zealot wall off, going to see the timing of the warp gates at around the 3-minute and 40 mark. Get the warp gates, 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 get the warp gates. Come on, man, come on, get the warp gates. He does not have the gas. Get the warp gates. Come on, man, you have the gas. Get the warp gates, get the warp gates. It's 4 minutes. Ooh, 20 seconds delayed. That's huge. That's 20 seconds until your warp gates come out. That's impossibly huge. You should not... Oh, as soon as your cyber core goes down, you should be building your warp gates. I mean, chrono boost them if you need to, but you should be building them as soon as it's done. You shouldn't be wasting your money on a early stalker, because it's better to use that 50 gas on the warp gates rather than a stalker to chase away a drone in your base. So it looks like the Zerg player, after getting his Ling speed and pulling the workers off gas, with just a little 4 extra gas there, getting his Ling speed, expanding, and we should be seeing the Queen is out. The Queen is out for the Zerg player, and we should be seeing just a couple Zerglings come out for map control, and they're already down there. The Zerg player's on top of his game. He's going to run up there. He's going to see the Zealot wall off. He's going to see the Stalker, and he's going to wisely pull back. The Protoss player, excuse me, is coming out for another Stalker rather than a Sentry, and he's going for another 2 gateways. Zerg player continuing to macro up, continue to drone up, build lots and plenty of drones. If we check the units tab, it is 22 to 20 harvesters, but that's to be expected. Protoss usually do have a lead in harvesters thanks to the magics of chrono boost. As a TOS player myself, I can't emphasize enough how invaluable chrono boost is to a TOS player's playstyle. Now, we have the Sacrificial Overlord coming in to AnimA's base by Taurensnack, and he will see everything that's going on. He'll see the gate, he'll see up, and it looks like a fast 3-gate expand for the Protoss player. Probably going to put a forge on the low ground, a couple of cannons, and an expo. Maybe another gateway down here to finish the wall off. And here come a couple speedlings. If he doesn't block his ramp, he's in a bit of a bind. And the speedlings wisely decide to pull out. It is not worth losing their little skittery dinosaur lizard lives to poke it away at a stalker wall. Converting to warp gates. I don't understand. Oh, there it is. He sees the Overlord. He decides to get rid of it before he can do too much scouting. And Taurensnack, with great game sense and many additional lings. We check the unit tab. He now has 24 lings out. This could be bad. He's going to try to force the wall. He surrounds the Zealots. That's not good. The Protoss does not have the attack upgrades. The Protoss needs to warp in some units. He needs to warp in some units right now. Zergling count is going down. It's not as high as it was, and I don't think... Nope, the Protoss will be able to clean this up. We'll be able to snipe the last few of these Zerglings with just a couple Zealots lost. Now, we can check... Units lost tab. And, I guess in the patch 1.3 they updated a little thing. I'm not saying I'm not really like it, but that's fine. More losses lost for the more units lost more units lost for the Zerg than for the 6 FPS. What is going on here? I guess I must have paused the game. That's unusual. I didn't need to do that. I must have hit the pause hotkey. That was strange, to say the very least. I apologize for that. But, yes, 200 more resources lost for the Zerg player, and that is including not the Sacrificial Orb, because he did manage to get that balloon out, I believe. Not sure. I didn't see. This lag is atrocious. I'm going to have to see about doing something about it. Ay caramba. It's really bad. Yeesh. Alright, well, hopefully you guys can forgive me for this first terrible cast with all this terrible lag. And we have a push going on for the Protoss. He's probably going to do some pressure. Oh, the Zerg is getting his third. He knows the Protoss Expo is going up. He knows that he needs to stay one step ahead of his Protoss opponent, or in the macro game, because as Zerg, you always want to be one more base than your opponent. I mean, it's just a simple fact of Zerg play, that you need to have more bases than your opponent. Not only are the extra hatcheries good for producing more larvae, you want to, they're cheap, they're useful overall as production buildings, and, trapping a bunch of Zerglings up there, they're just going to run back and forth like they don't know what's going on, because they really don't. They're just confused, and that Stalker trapped up there. Those Zerglings could have done some serious damage to that Stalker, maybe even picked it off. But we'll see that Stalker being pulled back with the rest of the force. Now, the Zerg player really doesn't have that much right now. He's producing a bunch of Zerglings. He doesn't have a Roach Warren. He's just now building his Spire. Going for some probably Muta Baneling Ling play. He's probably going to saturate these gas, save up some gas, build a bunch of Mutas at once after that Spire finishes. What the Protoss really needs, even though there's this big Ling ball coming up, he really needs to, well, not have his Scouting Probe die to Lings. That would be beneficial. Nope, the Scouting Probe is going to be picked off by these Lings with little effort. And the Protoss ball really, well, it's not even so much a ball, it's more of a gateway push, really needs to head out right now. His 3-gate Expo has provided him some units and some economy. Well, he has his 4th gate now and his Photon Cannon. But what he really needs is to do some damage to the Zerg opponent. The Zerg has his 3rd base up. He's fully saturated on his 2nd base. He is fully saturated. Check the units tab. It is 41 to 27 Harvesters. This is huge. The Zerg has a huge lead in Harvesters. He has a 14 Harvester lead. That's devastating. The Protoss needs to do some damage here. Needs to pull back. The Zerg does not have that much. He has a lot of Zerglings. And everyone knows that Zealots and Sentries are amazing against Zerglings. And he has a lot of Zealots. And he has a couple Sentries. Force field placement could devastate them. And there's just not that much defending right now. The Protoss player is being far too cautious. I'm going to tell you right now that I have not seen how this game ends in advance. Unfortunately, we see it is coming to a close, which is rather unfortunate. That I do not have a little bar blocking this. That'd be nice if I did. All things for future casts. Hopefully I can improve the quality and whatnot. Now, if the Protoss pushes with these extra Sentries and Zealots, he will maybe be able to break the back. Oh, the Protoss player, I did not see this, wisely waiting for the weapons 1 to finish, so his Zealots will 2-shot those Zerglings. That is a big difference. With the Spire just now finishing, the Mutas just going down for the Zerg player. The Zerg player just does not have enough resources to... And here come all the Mutas. It is a cartoon parade of Mutas. But there's not enough Zerglings to fend this off. The Protoss ball is going to be pushing up. Oh, no, he's being a little too cautious. He's waiting for these Zealots to warp in. Is he going to engage? Is he just going to sit there? Is he going to wait for those Mutas to pop out and harass his army? Here come the Mutas. Just enough Mutas to one-shot probes. Well, 5 mutas? Yes, 5 mut. No, 6 mutas coming in, and that is more than enough to one-shot probes. The Protoss player does not have enough to respond to this. He does not anything in the base. He needs to attack right now. He's moving up. The Zerglings are unprepared. The Zerg is paying attention to the Protoss base, and here we have some serious lag because there is engagement here, and my computer cannot handle this apparently. I wish there were a way that this would not lag so much. Look at that. That is terrible. 10 FPS. Now the Protoss player killed off the Ling army. He's sniping these reinforcing mutas. That is pretty big. Now these mutas are going to be moving into the south. There are a couple cannons defending. He is, however, going to be able to snipe a bunch of these probes, and the replay ends. I don't know what just happened. Replay shouldn't have ended. Well, this is a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to tell you right now that that is complete shit. This game should have been longer. Maybe someone GG'd, but I don't see anything in the message log. No, it's just some classic play, conversation. I don't see any GG. I mean, I suppose at this point, the Protoss players feeling confident in his cannons can deflect this little muta ball. He's about to lose a muta right here. And he won't lose too many probes, and all his tech structures will be intact. However, the Protoss player will be able to prevent reinforcements from up here. Ah, yes, the Zerg player does GG. You can tell because his buildings are grayed out. He sees the big Protoss ball, lots of force fields, and those Zealots will be chewing up those drones. Okay, that explains it. I'm a derp. I am a silly person, and this is Talmon StarCraft signing off, and hopefully, if you like this video, subscribe, thumb it up, whatever you silly folks do on YouTube. And, goodbye.